Hey guys, gals, and non-binary pals. We are going to do some subtraction today on a number line. If you will recall from our last lessons, when you add on a number line, you start at 0. Your arrow points to the first number in your equation, and your second arrow will start off where the first arrow ended, and it will be the same size as the second addend in your equation. Subtracting will be very similar. So Julian is moving from his hometown of Sedona, Arizona to Juneau, Alaska. He knows he's going to face a big temperature change and he is getting ready. The hottest it gets in Sedona is 112 degrees Fahrenheit. The hottest it gets in Juneau is 72 degrees Fahrenheit. Approximately what temperature change will Julian experience? So again, we can use our arrows. We would start at 0 and move to the right till we get to 112. And then our second arrow would start at 112, but because we're subtracting, we're going to go closer to 0, right? We're taking 72 away, so we would go to the left by 72 units. We could also use our thermometer as a number line. Number lines can also go vertically as well as horizontally. So we would start at 0 and make our way up to 112. There's our first temperature. And then we would go down. I guess it helps if I put my arrow going up enough, huh? There we go. Then we would move down 72 degrees. So we would start here and move down 72. And that places us at 40 degrees, if my arrow will cooperate. So the answer is wherever our second arrow points, which is at 42 degrees, or 40 degrees, excuse me. If it helps you, you can skip count by 10. So you could go down 10, 20, 30, 40 to make sure you subtract the appropriate amount. And then our answer here is, of course, 40 degrees. I apologize for the noises in the background. My dog is being very noisy. Here we have a second problem with real-world context. Find the difference in height between the top of a hill, 973 feet high, and a crack caused by an earthquake, 79 feet below sea level. So an important thing to know for problems like these is that we consider sea level to be 0. That's 0 on our number line. So if the crack is 79 feet below sea level, we would call that negative 79. So our equation is going to look like 973 minus negative 79. Okay? So if we think about our number line, we're going to have to do some skip counting. I'm not going to count out 973 hash marks on a number line. I don't have time for that. So we could consider this 0. And our first arrow would, of course, go to 973. Put that here. Now, if you'll recall from the last example, when I subtracted a positive number, I moved to the left on my number line. Well, when you make a number negative, you're just saying do the opposite, right? So if I'm subtracting a negative number, instead of moving to the left, which way should I go? The opposite, to the right. So I'm going to move 79 units to the right. And that will place me at 1,052 feet as the difference, which should make sense if we take a look at our diagram. We have a height up here, and we know that just to get to ground level, it's going to be 973 feet, and then we have to go an additional 79 feet to get down to the bottom of that crack caused by the earthquake. So it's like when we subtract a negative, really, we're just adding a positive. We're adding the absolute value. So we could say that's equal to 1,052. And we could also rewrite it as 9 73 plus 79. All right, let's consider some more complex cases. We have another real-world scenario. Jeremy overdrew his bank account by $7. Without knowing that, he spent an additional $12 on his debit card. How much money does Jeremy have in the bank? So it sounds like if he overdrew his bank account, that's code for saying he had negative $7. And then he spent an additional $12 on his debit card. So we have to take $12 away from that amount to find out how much he has spent altogether. So we would go to our number line. We always start at 0. And we're going to go back to negative 7. So that shows he had $0. He spent $7. Okay. Our second line is going to pick up at the negative 7. And we're going to go back 12 units. So there's 3, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Where does that land us? At negative 19. So Jeremy ends up with negative $19 in the bank. He has to pay the bank $19 before he can be considered even. We've got another scenario here involving money. Sarah Beth owes her mom $15. She pays her back $9. How much money does Sarah Beth have? So let's set up our equation. If she owes her mom $15, that means she has negative $15. Okay, she's going to have to pay that back before she can have $0. She pays her back $9. So we represent debt with negative numbers, right? And if she's paying back, then she's essentially getting rid of debt. Well, in the math world, when we get rid of, we subtract, right? We're subtracting a negative $9. We're taking away $9 of that debt. So we will get our arrows here, and we always start at 0. We're going to go back to negative 15. So there's the initial amount that she has borrowed. And then she pays her back $9. So we're going to start here and move up 9 units. So here's 5 units, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So Sarah Beth has negative $6. She still has to pay her mom $6 before she can be considered even. If you will remember from our previous examples, if you subtract a positive number, you move to the left on the number line. Well, if we're going to subtract a negative, that's the opposite. We move to the right on the number line, which is basically like saying negative 15 plus 9, which is still equal to negative 6. If y'all have any questions, please make sure you comment, send me messages. I want to take care of you. Thanks.